what I hear when you say that, it sounds like that through the things we do outside of our relationship, the time we spend together, we are fulfilled enough that we don't need each other anymore.
Hello and welcome
to the High Noon Couples podcast,
where we empower blessed couples
to deepen the love, fostering mutual pleasure, connection, and joy.
So let's dive in.
Hi everyone. So in today's episode, we are going to talk about how our individual hobbies have had a great impact on our intimacy and our connection. So as we already talked a little bit before I started recording, but something you actually said very important was how our beginning time of our blessing was and how we didn't have any hobbies actually. And I'm sure, of course, because of COVID, certain things were not really possible. But yeah, can you elaborate a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So before we moved together, of course, the world was very different. And also my life was very different. Like I was living by myself. Daria was living by herself. And
I was living with my parents.
Oh, with your parents. But we had our separate lives. And I remember I could go fishing whenever I wanted. And just do stuff I wanted when I wanted it. But then once we moved together 5 years ago, and when we couldn't really pursue our hobbies since COVID lockdowns, it felt like we entered a new stage where it was only both of us as individuals in our flat, in our apartment, and we couldn't really expand beyond that. I remember we were just sitting on the floor painting and trying to be a bit creative besides playing board games or going for walks, which we almost daily did, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think also because it was the beginning time, we were very interesting for each other.
Yeah, we talked a lot.
I remember that I had a call with my sister who was blessed a few months before us. And I mean, they lived together much sooner than we did. And so I told her that, often in the evening, we don't watch any movies or series and we talk and talk and talk. And she was like, oh, yeah, that's the beginning time. That's normal. And I was like, what? I couldn't imagine that it would be any different. But yeah, so as you said, we did some painting together and drawings and going for walks and board game, but it was everything together, right? We didn't have really individual hobbies we like to do, right?
Yeah. So after a few years of living together and when the world turned to normal, we started to expand beyond our
living room.
We went beyond the hobbies that we shared and we went to our individual interests more and more, which felt really good. I remember you started to look for horse riding.
Yeah, like I do horse riding since I'm 6 years old. And I even have, I did an apprenticeship for horseback riding, equestrian work, but I didn't continue with it because it's a lot of hard work and not so much money in it. So I was like, I love it as a hobby, but I don't want to continue to do it as a profession. And then basically almost for more than 10 years, I wasn't doing any horse riding. Maybe once every 2-3 years, I was sitting on a horse, but that's it. Nothing else than that. Yeah. And then we went to a equestrian international
jump competition.
No, it's not a festival, but it's kind of
fair.
Yeah, it's kind of a horse equestrian fair, basically. Yeah, that's right. And I was so inspired. I was like, oh my God, I do horse riding again.
That was 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Almost 4 years now.
Yeah.
It was in 2021, I think.
So it happened during COVID.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was really happy that I found something very close to us, which was like 5 minutes by driving or 8 minutes. And that was the perfect thing to start and get back into it once it wasn't too expensive because horseback riding is very expensive. And it's kind of sharing a horse with the owner, and I pay a little bit. It was like 60 euros. And I had to also to clean the stable for them. Because of that, it was so cheap. Yeah.
And so how did that make you feel after you could go to the horse in the evenings and come back? And maybe you had some work to do during the day, and then in the evenings you could go to the horse.
It was actually, so during this time, I was working still as an executive assistant, which was really stressful. And that was a perfect rejuvenating time, kind of, because as soon as I was on the horse, I was like, everything else was just gone. Everything that was bothering my mind. And it helped me really to stay grounded. And also emotionally, it was very balancing, or I felt more. And I felt with that, I was able to show up differently in our relationship, in also in our intimacy. And I was able to connect with you better because I was out of my head through horseback riding, through this hobby. I was able to feel individually fulfilled and filled up because of work. Tank was so many times so empty. And with horseback riding, I felt like I was able to fill it up and show up differently with you.
Yeah. I mean, it's your passion. You've been doing it for so many years in your life. So it's really part of you.
Yeah.
And to suddenly stop doing it, it's obviously not something we strive for.
Yeah, I was always kind of looking for, oh my gosh, I wanted to do it. Actually one time in my second year in SDF, we did it as a Sunday activity. We went horseback riding. It was so cool. It was so nice.
Yeah. So you tried to make horseback riding a hobby for both of us.
Yes. Well,
how did that?
The thing is, like, you like fishing, right? And my idea was kind of, because in Germany you need to have a license to do fishing, and it's a bit crazy. It's like doing a driver license. Like, it's not as expensive, but it is as many questions. And I was saying, okay, I'm going to do this fishing license if you gonna do more horse riding. It didn't work, but I did the license this year. So I felt like, because for you, fishing was so basically intertwined in your identity, because it's something you did like since when?
Also, since I'm 6, 7 years old.
Right. And this is also a way you did connect with your dad, right? You did this a lot of time with your dad. You did simultaneously also the license? Did it together, or?
No, I did that by myself back then, but we spent so many hours on the water.
Together.
Together,
right.
yeah.
So I remember so many times that we did have another hobby together. Or you did, actually. The fish tank.
The fish tank, yeah.
It just comes to mind.
Yeah,
like,
that is a hobby.
That was your hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something you really loved to do and spend money on.
That was fun.
I really liked the little shrimps, because when I put my hands into the tank, they started to clean my hand. That was really cool. My hand was covered with like 1 centimeter blue shrimps. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was fun. So the aquarium was a shared hobby. We both kind of enjoyed it. Or you enjoyed looking at it. I would clean it and feed and do everything else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But so exactly, because you really loved fishing. This is something, as I said, really part of your identity, kind of, almost, right?
Yeah.
And so I thought, to make you happy, or to do something for you, or something that we can enjoy here in Germany together, because otherwise, okay, sure, we can go for holidays in Austria or in Italy or somewhere else in Portugal. We can fish together because nobody cares there.
Yeah.
And that we can enjoy that together. I thought, okay, let's do that. I will just do it. You have to pay for that, but we're going to learn together.
Yeah.
And it was, I think in total, it was like 1 month, 1.5 months or something. In total, I think until from the beginning till the end, until I had the license, was 2 months or something. It was last winter.
Yeah.
And actually, it was really fun. It was really interesting to learn the different things. The law behind it was really not interesting, but all the different kind of fishes, to identify them and what kind of marks they have and this kind of stuff. It was really cool.
Yeah. So because you're interested in animals in general with your horseback riding, and you're just in generally a nature person. So fishing kind of.
It was, the thing is, like, before it was like really cool to get a fish out, which was like maybe 10 centimeters or smaller. It was like, I got a fish. But when I did my license, we had to have a practice day, and I got the second biggest and heaviest fish out of the of the
Trout.
pond, and it was super tasty. And since then, I'm kind of expecting to catch big fishes. So it's not so we
you're
can. Yeah, the thing is,
Yeah.
like, the small one doesn't interest me so much, and you don't care. You're just happy if you have a fish on the hook.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be on the water. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we was like, no, I want to eat that, not this kind of small thingy. This is too much work
Yeah.
to clean, you know. So
So yeah, what we're saying is fishing wasn't a shared hobby in the beginning.
yeah,
It became a shared hobby because you kind of find it interesting, but also it's a way of you to show your appreciation.
I think it's for me also a way to connect with you. And what I really love about you and really appreciate about you is that you're someone that is, first of all, not competitive. You're
Yeah,
so
no.
much the opposite of competitive. You're so excited for someone else that either wins in a game or in fishing is like, oh, you got a fish. Oh my God, I want that. You gotta get a fish,
Yeah.
not me. I don't care about myself. And that is something I really appreciate about you, that you're getting excited for me. And then you say, I think here's a really good space. Please put on here the hook and, you know, the stuff. And this makes me feel really cared for. And I can really easily connect with you in this way.
I just imagine the day when you catch fish. Yeah.
Or if I don't catch any fish, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, Daria. Maybe you can fish here. I caught here one really big one. So I definitely do appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I definitely also saw that there are days I really enjoy it, but I don't need it as much as you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess for what my question would be, how did, especially this year, changed for you in regarding of fishing and doing that with me together or by yourself?
So since I moved to Bavaria, where we live now, it has been quite difficult to go fishing in general or just to pursue this hobby of fishing because it's just more expensive here. So I never really felt it's so easy to just after work spontaneously go fishing. It is just so much more expensive.
And in Munich itself, in the Isar, it's actually not possible, right?
Yeah, like there's a big river going through Munich and you actually just have to
2 years to
wait 2 years to be in that fishing club, and then you're able to fish there. So we have been moving from Munich to an hour south of Munich. We've been living here since 2 years, and that has opened up some new possibilities to go fishing. Yeah. So since living together with Daria, I haven't really felt, I just didn't really come to mind to go fishing by myself. Yeah.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
Was it maybe because this is something you care so much about and you really wanted to just share that with me? And it's something you were like, I care so much about it. I really want to share that with my wife and I don't want to just do it by myself.
Yeah, I think that was part of it. Knowing that you also enjoy it if we catch fish.
Yes.
So I did consider fishing as a shared hobby, but recently in the last year, I rediscovered it as I usually had, to just go fishing by myself and to just feel connected to nature and come back much more balanced and relaxed. So I wasn't dependent anymore on your time. Yeah.
And also what I like is that, please correct me if I said that in the wrong way, but we like to go for holidays and then we usually always have the fishing rods with us. And before, it was for you also important that I am taking part of the fishing, right? And if I said, I don't want it anymore, I said, okay, I'm not going to do it anymore. And I said, you can do it. You can do it. I'm going to just sit in my in the coffee shop or enjoying some nice Italian espresso and you just go fishing. I don't care. And you didn't like that at first.
Yeah, because I think a part of me felt rejected, but another part of me wanted to just experience time together during our holidays, doing something both of us like. So when you said you rather do something else that day, it didn't really occur to me that I could just do it by myself and you would just do whatever you wanted to do. Yeah, that took a bit to get used to.
And is that okay now for you?
Yeah, now it's totally fine because I I know I can enjoy myself. And I know that not everyone wants to go fishing almost every day during their holiday. So yeah, totally
I appreciate
fine
this. Nice.
Yeah.
I definitely can see how our individual hobbies, like for you now, since
Mhm.
1.5 years about, you have now also woodworking you really enjoy.
Yeah.
And now in the winter where we cannot fish, you're basically the whole time outside
Yeah.
in your shop, in your workshop. What I definitely can see is if I give you, like, I don't care if you're outside. I mean, I don't want to go outside. I mean that.
Okay.
And you almost spend more or less every free time you have in the workshop. And you're really passionate about that. And I really appreciate that you have, that you can put your energy into that and being creative with that. And what I love to say,
Mhm.
without any judgment, without any, how to say, without any,
You want to spend more time?
yes. I want to
Yes.
spend more time with you where I feel like I'm also important, not just your next furniture you're working on, but yeah, because this was also one time a topic for us that I was spending so much time at the stable with the horses that you said, Daria, I'm going, like these days I am at home, so we can do something together. So please don't go to the horses when I'm
Yeah.
at home. I was like, okay. And I mean, I am happy for you that you have this hobby, that you're out there and that you're invested in and that it fills you up and that you show up differently in our relationship with that, because I can really see how you get excited with that. I also would like sometimes to have more time with you. I'm glad it's not, gaming, because at least with that, you're outside, you're in the fresh air, it's like you're in the spiral of creating something rather than with gaming. But yeah.
Although gaming could also be a hobby
Exactly.
to some people.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you suppose we do different to have more time for each other?
That's a good question. I mean, usually in the evening we have the time when it's dark. I mean, yes, now it's the winter time. It's anyways dark soon. But I'd love to maybe in the morning after breakfast to just go for a walk. What we just did before starting our podcast, because I feel so much more connected with you when we also spend really time together. The time apart during our hobbies, I see as something really valuable,
Yeah.
where we separately fill ourselves up and then showing up differently and fulfilled and with our love tank filled up.
Yeah.
But yes,
It just seems like we're not as needy anymore for
you're not?
I don't know. But it feels like we're not as needy anymore to feel fulfilled, because we have done something that we learned to love over our lives, and we
What do
can
you
feel
mean?
accomplishment.
What do you mean with needy?
Needy in a sense of, like, if both of us would only stay at home, wouldn't go outside at all, like wouldn't occur to us to go on hikes, wouldn't occur for us to go to the gym, only at home, yeah, it just would be very, like, we would be more dependable on each other to, just feel a certain way. But by learning to have hobbies and just a life separate out of our relationship, we can get those needs met by nature, other people, quietness.
Okay, can I share how it does land with me, or how
Yes.
I perceive that when you share that?
Most likely it's not positive.
I mean, what I hear when you say that, it sounds like that through our hobbies, through the things we do outside of our relationship, the time we spend together, we are fulfilled enough that we don't need each other anymore. At least this sounds, this lands
Yeah,
with
that's not what I mean.
good. I'm glad about that.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Okay. Yeah, let me clarify. I mean, we're there as a whole person, and we can give and receive in the same, like, to the same extent. And we're not empty and only there for receiving, with the wish of receiving, but we're there with the capacity to also give and listen. That's what I mean.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Good that we spoke about that. Okay, but what does that mean then with to create more space also for each other than, that time together, to create more time together rather than, you spending time in your shop or me drowning in my phone or other things?
I think the solution to that problem has to start with the request. One of the both of us have to say, actually, last week was quite lonely. It felt like I was doing my hobbies, you were doing your hobbies, and we didn't have so much time beside work. How about this week we do something different?
What can we do differently this week? So I'm enjoying very much our conversation right now and our morning today, like with how we got up, had the breakfast, how we were being playful and stupid and childish. This is something I really enjoyed. Also, as I said already, this conversation where I feel way more connected with you. But today's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. So other than one day in the week, how can we connect?
Yeah, we could get it done just in the mornings before breakfast. We could just go on a small walk.
Before breakfast?
Before breakfast with a coffee.
No,
No.
I need to eat something before.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
After breakfast. After breakfast. We have done that for quite a while. After breakfast, just to go out and talk about the day, what's ahead. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, I would really appreciate that.
Okay.
I think then because
from tomorrow on, we'll start.
Sounds good.
Mhm.
Because I feel that we have also more from each other's filled up individual being, you know?
Right.
Because on one side, we are filled up as individuals. We don't
spend time together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think hobbies are very important, are very essential for a healthy relationship, for a healthy marriage. But as soon as it becomes the cause of not spending so much time together, it becomes an obstacle, not a problem necessarily, but an obstacle of the connection.
Well said.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I think what can help very practically, if we talk about solutions, is to schedule times before the week starts of how the week can look like. And then there will be compromises, or there will be days where compromises have to be made, but there will be days where both can be really happy because maybe the whole day is just full of couples time or shared hobby or
All right. Also, it's just going for a walk, going hiking, doing something. It doesn't need to be necessarily the whole day, especially because you really enjoy, or you can just do it during the day because in the evening you cannot make the noise.
Wait. You're talking about woodworking. Yeah.
Or also when you go fishing and I don't want to go. And I mean, yeah.
So again, we're talking about scheduling. Like I know I can go fishing on Sundays, but I can't do woodworking on Sundays because it's too loud.
Exactly. Or too late in the evenings as well.
Right. Or you with the horses. There are days.
I can do it also more in the evenings, but depending if
I mean,
I
it's
have
dark and cold and who knows if you want to go.
So, I mean, right now it's 4:30. It's PM. It's dark. It's just
You
what
don't
happens.
have to argue with me.
No.
I'm just saying there are times where
I'm not arguing.
yes,
Sorry.
okay. There are times when hobbies are done best, and then the times where, like the rest of the day, we can do something together. Yeah, if work doesn't come in between,
Of
which
course.
it usually does.
No, definitely.
Anything else you want to share? Yeah, I mean, also just besides being filled up and feeling as an individual when practicing a hobby by oneself, what's quite nice is if you know your partner doesn't participate in your hobby, but asks about it, it does feel really nice, very appreciative.
Yeah, because care. The same is also then if you ask me about how was it with the horses, how was it with Amy, the horse.
Amy is the horse, yeah.
Yeah. Then and I explain it a little bit because you know the place, also the owner of her, and you have been multiple times there. You have been sitting on her, so you kind of know. And the same is also with the woodworking. I remember you explained me something because I wanted to know. I asked you about it, and if it was really highly interesting. So I was really curious on what do you do, and I think that's also a very good gateway to connection and intimacy because you feel like, oh, I am interested in your hobby or what you're really passionate about. The same is also the other way around. If you ask me and show really interest, it's like, oh, you really care. And this is a great way to connect. And it's a great door opener. Actually, in the evening, we do usually ask in the evening, hey, how was your day? What was going on? What are you grateful for? And then this is sometimes also a very nice gateway to start intimacy, being intimate, because we feel already emotionally intimate with each other. And then it's easier to slide into more.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we can conclude with
Yeah.
is there are hobbies that are best done alone or by yourself. And then there are hobbies that are shared. And which is really nice is that you can also show interest in your partner if it's a hobby that is not shared. If it's a hobby that is just enjoyed by your partner, where you're not so passionate about, you can still feel connected with your partner by asking more questions about it.
And the thing is, like, if there are certain aspects of a hobby I don't understand, then I ask you. And sometimes I feel like it's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, and then I don't want to annoy you because by asking, oh, I don't know what that means. But actually asking you about what does that mean, or can you explain a bit more about that because I don't really get that. What you explaining to me might be maybe at the beginning a bit like, might be stupid as not knowing what you're talking about, but actually it shows I want to understand you. The same is also for you, that when I tell you that that something is with her foot or with her hoof, something is going on, and then I explain how this whole thing is built up and why is this a problem and pipapo. So I know maybe you're not a veterinarian, or you're not doing horse riding whatsoever, but you want to know more. And that shows me, okay, of course you don't know because it's not your passion, it's not your area of expertise or whatever.
But it feels good to share your
Yes.
knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then the next time, and I'm really surprised how often I have explained something to you or shared something with you, and you mean this and that? And I was like, how do you know that? I said, yeah, you shared that with me before. And I was like, and you remembered that? How?
Yeah.
That's yeah, it's noticing the small things and being curious, creating curiosity and bringing curiosity into each other's life. And as you already said, it's good to have separate hobbies and interests and then bringing them together. And then I can invite you to become better and create a better understanding about horses.
Mhm.
The same is for me to through you have a better understanding about fishes or woodworking.
Maybe there's something to say about setting boundaries as well with the hobby of someone else. When I say, Daria, it's a nice day tomorrow, I would love to go fishing. And you say, and actually, I don't want to, I want to do something else. That there is a sensible way of you telling me that you just are not in the mood of fishing and that there's a different reason. And like trying to explain it without hurting the other person by like talking down on the hobby, right? Because that can hit harder than one realizes, because we just said, like, me and you, we've done our hobbies since so many years, like a whole life basically. Our personalities are kind of intertwined with that. So if we attack that hobby by saying, oh no, not again, it can feel a bit more negative.
It hits deeper.
Than it should. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Anything else?
I think that was a very nice conversation. Thank you. Really
Thank
enjoyed
you.
it.
Yeah,
I
me
hope
too.
the people listening could also either get some insights for themselves or, can see the importance of finding a new hobby
Yeah.
and trying out different things. I would love to do another hobby with you, which is dancing, which we have still not done.
No. Yeah.
But that's
The
okay.
idea is so nice to know how to dance together for me. So maybe we'll do it one day.
Yeah.
At the same time, we've been talking for it since years.
Since we're together, basically.
And because we haven't done it yet, it also seems like it's not that important to us. So it's fine if it doesn't happen
it's
this
just
year.
like, it's a nice idea. What I wanted to say is, okay. So yeah, thank you so much for having this conversation. I feel like really connected with you. And
Same
at the
here.
beginning was we kind of started to record again. Like it's kind of the second time record more or less, because there were certain tension came in because I said something in a not very respectful way, which I get. And then certain things came up for you and we were able to talk that out. And now just having a good time together. And I hope that people that are listening, having had a good time with us together, being inspired to either find a new hobby or finding more interest in their partner's hobby and passion or things they like to do, and or also encourage the one another to find something separately or finding something together they'd like to do. Finding more connection through that rather than it creates disconnection.
Absolutely.
All right. Basti, you have to go soon to work. So
Yeah.
I wish you a beautiful day, and I wish everyone who is listening a beautiful rest of your day, and see you soon.
See you soon.